Welcome back to the desk. I'm joined by Dylan, Steve, Filip, and Dante, and it's time to bring to you our prestigious Sportsdesk NBA awards. We'll start things off with the Coach of the Year. Erik Spoelstra's got to be in the discussion, guys. But who do you think's winning Coach of the Year?
I got to say, Chris, there are probably a handful of coaches well-deserving of the award. If you take a look at the names here, Mike D'Antoni, Quinn Snyder, Scott Brooks, and Brad Stevens have all elevated their teams from a better point than they were last year. We'll put it as simple as that. For me, Quinn Snyder, the head coach of the Utah Jazz, is my Coach of the Year. He's got his team at 41-24 right now. He's made Gordon Hayward an all-star caliber player. Rudy Gobert is coming along quite nice, and the Jazz are a real threat for anybody in the playoffs.
I have to go with Mike D'Antoni. I mean, if you look at the same spot they were last season compared to where they are this season, last year they were struggling to make the playoffs. They barely made the playoffs. They were one game making the playoffs over the 8th seed. This year they're a 3 seed, and they're one of the best teams in the league, the best offensive team in the league, which is constructed solely by Mike D'Antoni's offensive strategies.
I like Brad Stevens. I almost said Bradley. Boston, we knew it was going to be good. I don't think we knew they were going to be this good. They're 41-24, only 2 games out of Cleveland in the East. He's made stars out of Isaiah Thomas and Avery Bradley. I love the way Brad Stevens has brought this team.
Yeah, I got to agree with Dante. Brad Stevens is the way to go. They're at 41-24 against 2 games behind Cleveland. I think they could definitely take over that #1 seed. King in the fourth quarter, Isaiah Thomas is lighting up the NBA right now, and I definitely think they can ride his coattails and make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
And another guy in the East who's really elevated his team is Scott Brooks, who took this Washington Wizards team and really took them to the next level. John Wall and Bradley Beal are playing fantastic together. They've even gotten Marcin Gortat back to his old ways, and with Marcus Morris and Otto Porter is probably going to get a max at the end of this season. So my hat's off to Scott Brooks. I don't think he's going to win because the Wizards aren't good enough, but I think definitely he should be recognized for his work this season.
Hurts a little bit. No Erik Spoelstra discussed.
You know what? Honestly, he probably could if the Heat make the playoffs after losing LeBron James one year, after losing Dwayne Wade the next, and his team is still winning. There's no reason Spoelstra shouldn't get some love.
The only thing stopping me from Erik Spoelstra being up there is the losing record. If they had a positive record, you know, he's definitely way up there. It's the roster. It's a terrible roster. He's making the best out of a bad situation.
Yeah, Dion Waiters is the new DW in Miami. It's pretty rough.
Now, one Heat player that's up for Defensive Player of the Year, the DPOY, is Hassan Whiteside. Now, who is your Defensive Player of the Year?
Really plugging Miami Heat there, pal. There are a bunch of guys deserving. Again, all these races are super tight-knit. For me, out of these names, it's got to be DeAndre Jordan. He's a rim protector. He's the defensive anchor of the Clippers. I think this is the final year of a playoff or of a championship window for the Clippers, and for them to achieve greatness, I think DeAndre Jordan's got to hold it down in the paint, and he does that very well.
Draymond Green, easy. That's not even a comparison for me. These guys, you guys can throw up all the names you want, throw in any suggestion. No one deserves it more than Draymond Green. Deserved it last year. Again, deserves it even more this year. He's #1 in the league in shots contested, #1 in loose balls touched. He's just, right now, he's way up there for Defensive Player of the Year. No guy could guard 1 through 5 like DeAndre Jordan, like Draymond Green can. No one.
I like Rudy Gobert out of Utah. Right now, he's leading the NBA in blocks per game with 2.5. His defensive boards are up almost 1.5 boards a game, and the Jazz are allowing the least amount of points in the league right now. I like the way that he's playing. I think that he deserves it. Give something to Utah.
I definitely think Kawhi Leonard, he can guard just like Draymond Green. He can guard 1 through 5. He's averaging 2 steals a game, a block a game. He's doing really well anchoring that San Antonio defense right now.
Well, real quick, if we can get the names back up on the screen, just so you guys understand how well all 5 of these guys are playing, or 4, excuse me, the numbers on the right are the defensive rating. And what these numbers are is out of 100 possessions, these are the amount of points that they give up. Rudy Gobert leads the NBA right now. But, Filip, I got to kind of lean your way a little bit here with 99 points by Draymond Green. He is a guy who can guard positions 1 through 5, and he did it in the NBA Finals. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Draymond Green get some recognition, although I think his attitude might keep him out of winning the award.
He's a scrappy player. There's nothing more to it. People say they love that 90s style of basketball where it was all scrappy, it was rough, it was physical. Draymond Green fits that perfectly. He fits that scale so perfectly.
Yeah, he also kicks dudes in the nuts, too. Just totally not cool anywhere you go, let alone on an NBA stage. I can't give a guy an award who's just, kicking guys in the pills. It's just not right.
Well, at least the Defensive Player of the Year, they're finally moving on from shot blockers because that seemed to be a trend for a while.
Yeah.
We've got refreshing names in there, but we're going to switch over to the Rookie of the Year, which is a really interesting category of players. This is one of the tightest races for the weirdest reasons. Who you got for Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, tightest race for the weirdest reasons is right. I mean, there's really been no standout Rookie of the Year. You would think it would have been Joel Embiid before he went out for the season. So the process is put on hold for a little while. But for me, I'm going to stay local. I'm going to go with the New York Knicks' Willy Hernangomez. He's done a great job of filling in for the role that Joakim Noah was supposed to have. He's only getting 7.6 rebounds, but he's also a fourth or fifth option when he's on the floor. But he does a great job of rebounding, creating opportunities for his team. He can alter shots in the paint, and I'm telling you, this kid's going to be a star. He's got great feet and great hands, something that's very rare in a big man in the NBA. I think Willy Hernangomez is deserving of the honor.
Filip.
I think Milwaukee Bucks' Malcolm Brogdon is deserving of the award. I mean, if we're just talking about what we expected of these guys, like there's guys like Joel Embiid who we expect to be a star. Willy Hernangomez, even we expect him to be good, playing for New York as a backup center. No one expected Malcolm Brogdon to be doing what he's doing right now. I mean, he's going out, he's dunking on LeBron. He's putting up 15 points per game on a team that's struggling to make the playoffs, and he's really one of their offensive pushes, one of the main options on offense for them.
I would have loved to give it to Joel Embiid, but I'll do the next best thing, give it to Dario Saric. Right now, since February 1st, he's been averaging 17 points per game. Like we've been saying, it's been a tough year for rookies overall, but I think if he continues the way that he's been playing, he deserves it more than anyone.
Yeah, definitely got to agree with Dante once again. Dario Saric is lighting it up in the NBA. Last night he went 29 points and I think it was 8 or 9 rebounds. He is the #1 scoring option now that Embiid is gone. If Embiid was here, he definitely would have gotten it, but we got to, again, put the process on hold and give it to Dario Saric.
Steven, we'll start with you. Quick fire. Who's going to be the MVP of the NBA?
Definitely got to go with the king, LeBron James, for the MVP this year.
Dante?
Basketball's a two-way game. Kawhi Leonard's playing both ways. Got to give it to him.
In my opinion, it's a two-horse race. I think it's between Russell Westbrook and James Harden, and right now I got to give the advantage to Russell Westbrook. The guy is averaging a triple-double on the season, something that has only been done once in NBA history, and he's doing it now when the NBA is a completely different game. It's more fast, it's more physical. Just unbelievable that Russell Westbrook can put up a triple-double, and then you compare him to James Harden, which I'm guessing is your guy,
yes.
Phil. And just one stat that I think really stands out to me is in comparing these two players. James Harden just broke the record in the NBA season for most turnovers in a season, and he broke his own record from last year.
Well, he's also #1 in the league in assists, and we haven't had a guy in the league in the last 40 years to lead the league in assists and be top 5 in points per game.
All right, sounds good. That's all for basketball. Up next, we head to the Diamond with Giuseppe and the baseball crew. Don't go anywhere.